Not all those bearing gifts. I remember that when I got the one and I dropped it off in the crucifix one thing I was given, and the family that came and showed me the stories about cancer and the whole 9 yards. And they were a nice couple, but then when I saw them again, they would not acknowledge me. And they came and shared that story with me once. She gave me the necklace, and then they ignored me. Every time I saw them again, hey, hey, and they would just go away from me, and because they know the telekinesis. And the other ladies that would come and talk about the books and the writing and stuff and tell me these great stories, and then, and then ignore me. You know, it's like wow, this is really great. I got something great to share with you. Now you're evil and stay away from you. Telekinesis. They know about telekinesis. So they would boom, and then they could send certain families, and then they would say things, and then okay, let's go. Let's get away from him. The people that remember the people they sent me from the Middle East would just stay, and we'd talk, and they would come back, and they would sit there and go, okay, and we'd have great talks. And then other people they would send in just to see where I was at. I was testing the waters. I was fishing for men and women, and some were good, some of them were enemies, some of them were friends. It was access, and you guys were accessing. That's cool, man. So when I wore that, it worked. I remembered that. I thought it worked as a thing to protect me. It actually worked as a tracking system for things. But you guys jammed the signal there at the fort. When I was wearing that crucifix, that was when they hit the one thing with lightning. They hit Fry's with lightning 3 times. They hit, crazy. And then when that didn't work, they tried to blow up the boiler room and the electric room. It was crazy. And God was in the building. They knew it was going. That's the funny thing about it is you had people working on, both sides of the fence. Damn, it's like Hogwarts, Ralph. Some people letting people in, and man, this stuff is deep into you guys in your freaking espionage, man. And today when I wore my necklace, my back started hurting. The last 2 nights I wore it, my back really started hurting. So I'm going to have to try to make some kind of, how do you make a gift of that? And look, they don't care. People treasure it, and those beads aren't healthy for those girls to be handling. And they're not, shit. They don't care. Does she even know? Is Giselle Mesa, does she even know what's going on? A lot of these people I know are out of the loop. They're just trying to do good things. They take good people and make them, you don't even know what you're doing. You're so clueless. And then all of a sudden when it hits, they end up dead. God, you people are sweet. Wow, I got a headache. What do you do with the... Put them out in the sun somewhere. The sun is good for them, okay. Hang them out somewhere, let the sun hit them and stuff. Eventually the stuff that's in there will, see, the sun bakes them, so go bake them in the sun. Hang them somewhere from a thing where they bake in the sun. And once they've done that and they've lost a lot of their luster, it'll be a better gift. There's one lady that said, I think it was Lynette, she said when people do things like that, she goes, there's a special place in hell for people like that. A special place that would use girls and then say they save them and then make them deal with those things all day, handmade, that would have mind effects and health issue things and stuff on it. And then they could say it was because of the horrible treatment that they got and things. And this is so sad. It just makes the story sadder. This really has to be stopped. Sure does. Wow, these connections are crazy. This hurts. My back hurts. You're making all this stuff up. I am. I'm making all this stuff up. And my head is like, I'll go hang them out on the thing. I'll let them do that. I want you guys to move and act and make sure that if they are going to do anything, that the beads they use are of a stone or some kind of wood or some kind of polished, thing that they have, and then they have it on it. Yeah, I want proper beads to be used for them so these people can use them for prayer beads. I don't want this anymore with the plastic, because the plastic conduit things and the stuff and the paints and other things and stuff on it, and the things that affect people. I know. I want them to use the same materials that we use in Islam for prayer beads. I've had enough. And the same thing with the one was a plastic one that I had too. what's the thing when yeah, no, we want the real deal stuff and the real metals, the real quote precious metals and the wood beads or the stone and the things. Yeah, we want it to be of the earth. We want them to be real. Don't do that to my girls anymore. You do that again and I will hurt you, or my soldiers will hurt you. I'll make John Larson mad. He saved those girls. He saved a lot of those girls from the sex slave trade industry, and you're still using them. Oh, he's gonna hurt you. Got a new assignment for you guys. All right, Marines. All right. Okay. Move. Just go do it. You know what you got to do. You got good commanders, the ones you can trust, and those that you can always rewind. There's always a chance, unless you just gone too far. But they'll deal with you. I'll let it be. Just like on the movie. You can't handle the truth. Let my Marines handle it. They know what to do. As lovingly as possible. Guys, I don't want to know. Don't tell me. This was as lovingly as possible. All right. That's code red, code whatever. I don't want to know what the code is. Just make it lovingly as possible. Quick and merciful, but to where they can understand what they're paying for. That's all Marine, I'm a Marine. You're a Marine. Okay. I don't want to see it, don't want to feel it, don't want to. I've seen enough death, and you guys have too. Let's just put an end to this shit so you can go to your little green valleys and enjoy your families and your dancers and your friends. She says, but they might be screwing with me because they screwed me a lot. That was the whole thing about the beautiful Latin woman that she was walking naked in front of me in front of the hall. Now, I wasn't Jennifer Lopez, but she's gorgeous. And I went up behind her, and I put my hands on her waist. I was like, what are you doing? I started kissing her on the shoulder. I tried to kiss her on the face. She said, no, wait, we'll go in another room. In this room, in this house, why are you, what's going on? Who are you in bed with? What's going on? I had no idea what was going on. And that's when the spirit of Hiram started being mischievous and boom, dropping everything down. But what about the good-looking girl? Nah, don't worry about it. Let's just go. This house is falling in. Everything's coming down around there. Here it comes. Let's go, Ralph. Okay, Hiram. They deserve it. Don't worry about it. Boom. What about all my friends? They'll be fine. They got backup. All right. Directive has changed. Let's go. Douche. It's cool. This stuff is crazy, man. This stuff is weird. It's interesting. You're being hoodwinked. You're being used. No, you are. Okay. Yeah. All right. I got you. We'll see what happens. I mean, everybody's like looking at it. It's soon. It's soon. It's coming soon. It depends on what the group does. But I know by January, for sure. Not for sure. Nothing's a for sure thing. But by January, given the right set of circumstances and things going in the right way, it's not a question of if, it's a question of when. You either start doing the right thing or the wrong thing. And this is the news that will get reported on you. Because this is going to be Carter's public study, public record. When it's basically like on Time Machine, when Orlando Jones's hologram character is teaching the kid. It'll be real people teaching and stuff, and they'll have some things that are still used with technology to help teach the kids. It's what we put in the boxes and what we help, and it's not controlling information. It's just parental controls. What do you want your kids watching? Oh, by all means, this shit. No. Family Guy, or do we want to? The Mormons do this stuff. Well, you got to give them options. You can't control them. You got to educate them, just like what Dad set them down and said, yeah, this is Beavis. Do you see this being so? Then they laugh and go, man, that is such a Beavis and Butthead thing to do. It's funny though. Here they come. Helaman's Warriors, the Lakotas and Cheyenne. Don't be pulling that crap. We'll have them mostly tied down. I'm sorry, guys. You won't have as much chances to go through and be these. You don't want to be these Marines. They live with this stuff. They wake up nights screaming. They hate having to do what they have to do. They want a little green valley with the girl that waits by the garden gate or the guy that is there with the kids. I mean, there's women Marines that do this stuff too. They want a world where they don't have to do what they have to do. They don't want to have to fight. They're ready to fight when they have to fight. Amigo. Yeah, they're ready for trouble. And they don't like trouble. Don't bring trouble to them. They won't bring trouble to you. They want to be like Joe and Hiram and just live the good life that was promised, like David told us, and ministers live in green pastures and next still waters, and they have that girl, beautiful girl, by the babbling brook, in a shady nook. We'll drink the hours away while we work, living and building a good life and raising good kids. All right, guys, I'm going to go take Zeke for a walk and then load these all up, make sense of them, all right? Peace.